Do tell why. What do you not enjoy about the map?
It's not so much the map itself. It's more of, it's not so much the map itself, I feel, because I've obviously played in Jagannath before, and I did enjoy Jagannath, but I feel like now, since, you know, I took a bit of a break from StarCraft 2, now that I'm coming back in, there's like a certain style that I want to play, which is more counterattack focused. But because Jagannath is such a long map, it's a little bit hard to do. You know, by the time I move across with my bio army, my Zerg opponent has already remaxed your army and all that. Don't really get that on other maps like Light Shaded Death Aura.
That's fair. That's very fair.
But yeah, I'll probably unveto it soon when I feel more confident. But you know, for now, just what I gotta deal with. But regardless, that's enough about myself. Let's talk a little bit about our players. Starting now on Jagannatha. Here in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner, our Red Zerg player. He is one of the Brisbane boys. He is channeling NXZ and Azure and Lumia and also Corky. He is representing Downfall Gaming, DFG. He is going to make his opponent say, uh-oh, give it up for Oreo.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Jagannatha LE. Starting up with a bit of a pool first. We have the Blue Zerg player hailing from the land of Hong Kong. It is GogojOey.
I'm imagining this is a defensive pool first, but knowing GogojOey could really go either way. Hasn't taken gas yet, so I guess that's the tell.
Yeah. I mean, again, it wasn't like a 12 pool, it wasn't a 14 pool. I'm pretty sure it was a 16 pool, maybe a 15. But yeah, it wasn't overly early, so it should just be a safety thing for GogojOey. I mean, again, I'm sure GogojOey favors himself in this series and just feels like he needs to make sure he doesn't die to anything early on.
Yeah. And it's not just GogojOey that's favoring himself here, as we do have our prediction game set up here. Try and win yourself some channel points, some grapes that you can use to redeem a Ga or hydrate your Hydras, if you will. Whatever you so choose. And I'm seeing quite a bit of support here for GogojOey, which, I mean, can't really blame him. Easy fill, he's a more experienced player. Yeah, logically you would imagine GogojOey to be the favored player here.
Definitely.
Not just because of experience, but also because his record in GPO.
I mean, again, like, Oreo is a wild card. He hasn't competed. This is his first tournament since November of last year. Like, we got a glimpse of his ZVP. What is his ZvZ looking like? It's kind of a big question mark, and we'll see how it does here as GogojOey is just diving right in with the sixlings.
What I tell you, Light, GogojOey, he made the pool for defense, but now he decides, you know what? I don't need to defend.
Need to attack.
Must go across the map. It's in my blood.
Oof. And in the end, he didn't find too much damage. He, like the Joey himself, he chipped away at one of the workers, but in the end, Oreo was able to walk away unscathed and not losing anything so far.
Decent amount of scouting though from GogojOey. I don't believe he saw the Baneling nest though. But he's got to be at least suspecting it. Cancels.
Oh my god. A lot of things are happening right now as Oreo is getting a very fast lair.
Well, I guess it's not just ZVP that he doesn't like playing the late game, Light.
Oh my god. Okay, so far we do have a full wall off here by Oreo, just staying on these two bases. And the big question is, as soon as this lair finishes, mate, are you feeling a Nidus? Or rich speed? Oh my god.
Apparently melee.
Oh my god, he's taking his gases.
Alright, he's starting to get more gases. I imagine the Muta switch, question mark? But still, this seems like a late timing for the gas.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he has 3 gases, not 4, so Mutas would be crazy. The +1 melee tells me that it could still be a Nidus. Oh my god.
There it is, there's a Spire. Oreo, the ultimate wild card in this week's Grand Platypus Open, and he has proven why. Who gets a Spire on 3 gas?
Exactly. This is incredibly fast here from Oreo. At the moment, GogojOey has no idea. Right now, it's on him to find out what the hell is going on. Like, he's out here with his links. He should be diving in pretty soon with an Overlord, perhaps. Whatever he can to get whatever scouting information he can, so he can get ready, so he doesn't just die to the mutas. Oh my god.
And he is getting some roaches up.
That's a fake, right? He's
fake. It's gotta be a fake. He knows his Ducklings are there. He wants him to believe that it's going to be a roach war, but now he's going to cancel it. He's going to cancel it. Oreo. Yeah, it's a cancel.
Exactly. Deceiving his opponent, making him look like he's going straight into roaches, taking a third base as well. There it is. Finally, all 4 gases have been taken. And how much gas do we have? We're going to have enough for 5 mutas pretty soon. And so far, GogojOey has no idea.
And 5 mutas, that can really mess up a mineral line. It's not going to do much against these roaches here, but Oreo's not too worried about that. I mean, he walled off for a reason. He knows that if GogojOey decides, I'm just going to counterattack with the roaches I've got here, he's going to hold up behind this this wall, try to get as many reinforcements as he can, and then just try to win an economic victory.
Yeah, and what's important is that 5 mutas is enough to one-shot a drone. So as long as they dive into a mineral line, they can deal that damage as they are heading out across the map. At the same time, Link Speed just finished up the Lings of Oreo, going to try and sneak into the main. Ooh.
And not only are they going to get a little bit of damage, it seems, but most importantly, it is distracting the majority of the forces here from GogojOey. He is not even going to notice as mineral line is missing workers, but actually, Oreo pulling back because of 2 lings. This has gotta hurt. Definitely hurt Oreo's chances.
Yeah, this was not the best use of the mutas. He came back home. I think he thought he was in more danger than he really was. And he was like, oh my god, he's going for a counterattack. But it was just 2 lings. And now GogojOey has enough time to get his spores up.
Those 2 lings are going to be honored after this game. Like, it could be remembered as what wins GogojOey the game. I mean, look at that. Force already about to be completed for him. He has bought more than enough time with those 2 lings. I had the biggest smile on my face right now. Like, 2 lings, the little guys. They turned this game completely around for GogojOey.
They did. But to be fair, Oreo isn't out of it yet. Like, he's still finding damage with this. More importantly, he's keeping Oreo at home. All these roaches are basically wasted resources at the moment, just staying at the 3rd. And this is allowing Oreo to catch up in terms of the economy and get this 3rd base up and running.
Yeah, pretty soon he's gonna start to overtake GogojOey. I mean, he's already ahead in terms of gas count. He prioritized that earlier on, and once again to the mid game, that is, dessert units just get so gas intensive, particularly Hydras here.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, at the moment, GogojOey, actually, he's getting pretty heavily supply blocked because of all these Overlords going down. The Hydras are out, but in small numbers, so Oreo could go toe-to-toe with them. He did snipe 1 Hydralist before backing off.
Yeah, not too bad here, but pretty soon I feel like we're going to see GogojOey just overtake Oreo when it comes to the army. I mean, he's already well ahead in the supply, but he just needs a couple more Hydras here, needs to finish up his upgrades, and once that happens, it's looking pretty scary for Oreo. Should GogojOey decide to push, and knowing GogojOey, I mean, we know him as the aggressive player. He wants to push, but once his +2 finishes up.
Yeah, like, that's why these upgrades are so important for Oreo. Like, bailing speed and +2 melee, getting the 4th base as well. Like, you need the larva to sustain your massive Ling Bane army that's going to be supporting your Hydralists. So that's why it's so important that Oreo is finishing that up. And sure, GogojOey is attacking now, and now Oreo is aware.
How is he going to defend against this? Trying to get as many Banelings as he can. They do pretty well against the Hydras there, but there should be more than enough roaches here to buffer for GogojOey. Not enough Lings for Oreo to surround them. And now, yeah, look at that. Oreo just trying to keep his Banelings alive so they aren't wasting roaches. Wants to find a good angle here, but GogojOey not making it easy on him whatsoever. Forces the choke point.
Wow, amazing use.
Oreo cannot get any connections.
Exactly, an amazing use of the roaches. The Banelings, they cannot get past the wall of roaches to get into the juicy Hydralists in the back. It's just not happening.
And look at that, all the Banelings kind of used up here in a bit of a desperation move. GG is called. GogojOey taking game number 1 pretty convincingly once he figured out what was going on.
GG. Oh god. Or like his opener, it did well for a while there, but again, those Mutalisks, I'm sure he would have liked to have dealt a little bit more damage with them.
Those 2 lings, man. Those 2 lings won GogojOey the game. I still feel like GogojOey could have put up a defense against 5 Mutas with the queens that he had, but it would have been a lot more. It would have been a lot more desperate for him. It would have been a lot. Both players would have been more on even footing there. But once GogojOey was able to get a couple of spores out, it did not even look close. Our blue Zerg player well ahead in just about every aspect. Maybe not so much in terms of the workers or the income, but he was definitely getting more bases.
Definitely. And I just love the way he used his army as well. Like, it was so smart of him to utilize the roaches the way he did. Like, we saw so many banelings finishing up for Oreo, but he just couldn't get past the roaches. He wanted to so badly. Like, oh god, that was some great army positioning from GogojOey.
It really much was. And now we get into game number 2. You're saying Oreo might be playing too much Brute War. Yeah, that micro actually is a little reminiscent of how you do in Brute War, isn't it? Just try to make sure that they're all clumped up together as much as possible.
Mayhap. As we are getting into game number 2 here between these 2 players, we do have confirmation. It will be on Romanticide.
Yep. I feel like this might be the most played map on Grand Platypus Open. Well, Romanticide and Lightshade, I think, are the 2 that our players tend to really enjoy.
Oh yeah.
Death Aura is a bit of a wild card. You kind of expect it to be picked a lot, but at the same time, I feel like there's some psychology going on behind there. You know, a lot of our players might be thinking, okay, I want to play Death Aura, but I think my opponent knows that I want to play Death Aura as well. I gotta figure something that can throw a wrench in that. But that's enough speculation. We do have confirmation. Our second map is Romanticide LE. LE, of course, standing for Lovers Equivalent. Lovers Equivalent. There's like some alchemy involved, I imagine. Something like that. Equivalent exchange, something. Oh, I can only use exchange for another E. All right. Yeah. In the top left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner of the map, he is our Red Zerg player coming down for the land of Hong Kong, making up 1 point of that Zerg Muta triangle. Arguably the most aggressive player in the entire tournament today. He is representing himself as he's currently looking for a team. We have GogojOey.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Romanticide LE. I have a big smile on my face right now. I don't know if Oreo is doing this on purpose, but he did go for a gas pool opener. This is what I do every single ZvZ, and Oreo berates me for it. But he's doing it himself. He is representing a Downfall Gaming DFG, the Australian Zerg. It is Oreo.
Do you think this is more of a, okay, Light, I know you're watching, let me show you how to actually do this build? Or do you think it's more of a, you know what, I'll humor our caster for a game?
I'm very curious myself here. Again, the purpose of this build is that you get gas incredibly quickly, but we'll see what it's for, because he has 100 and he's not getting Ling speed, so he could be going straight into roaches. Oh no, there we go.
So a little bit of a delay there. I was hoping it'd be like a quick lair, but into a Nidus with pure Ling, but nope, not going to be the case here for good reason. Not exactly a great build. And I do like how Oreo split up his forces here. For all GogojOey knows, this is a more standard kind of pool first, potentially a defensive pool first, with only 2 Lings going across the map to scout. GogojOey really needs to go into the main to make sure that he knows what the saturation is looking like with the bases.
Yeah,
so he knows that there's going to be a Ling flood.
Oof. Meanwhile, of course, GogojOey did go for a pretty standard opening. He already has his Lings out himself. But what's important is that Oreo kept mining that gas, and we do have a Baneling Nest finishing up after Ling speed.
You love to see it. GogojOey getting a Bailing Nest of his own, but it's still a long ways off. Link speed going to be finishing up pretty soon for Oreo, and I feel like he's just going to have enough to overwhelm the paltry defenses that GogojOey has at the moment. It's just two queens just surround him.
Exactly, and the plan right now is to hide the Lings, and so far he has been doing an amazing job at it. He was able to avoid these two Lings diving in, but it looks like GogojOey should have been able to see those. He did. He throws down the spine.
Knows exactly what's coming his way. He just doesn't know when. He needs to buy himself as much time as he can. Really good job of blocking this ramp over here. But the Banelings are now in light.
The Banelings are coming in. There are two spines on the way. How good are the Baneling connections going to be as Banelings are being morphed in on the side of GogojOey?
And it's looking pretty overwhelming right now for GogojOey. Oreo has so much, doing a really good job of holding that ramp. GogojOey is. But at the same time, Oreo, he's kind of fine with that. A Bane will finish up, and it will connect with the majority of Oreo's Zerglings. Not a lot he can do from here on out with only that many Lings. Has a couple of Banelings, but there is more than enough of a buffer right now for GogojOey. He's really saying, I played this game a lot longer than you have, my friend.
Oh boy.
I know how to hold against this.
Yeah, and more Lings are coming in, but with two Banelings on top of the ramp, Oreo has to be so careful here. Oh god.
But GogojOey has to be careful as well. Loses a lot of his own Lings. There's only Banelings and Queens for GogojOey right now. Only Zerglings for Oreo at the moment. Such a stressful game.
But
I can't even imagine how the players are feeling right now.
A bit of mismicro there. GogojOey just lost one of his Banelings. He only has 3 left, and one of the Queens almost gets surrounded. Nice transfuse.
And these Banelings from Oreo are going to get swiped by the Queens. Very nicely done by GogojOey. But I will say that his own Baneling connections are...
That's it! That was the last Baneling!
That was the last Baneling. It was, and now the Queen's immediately getting surrounded. There is still enough energy on the Queens to keep them alive. One of them will go down in the end, but GogojOey once again just buying himself time for his Banelings to finish morphing, and there we have it. Not enough damage done by Oreo. GG's call. GogojOey gonna be taking that series. What is ZvZ we just seen?
GG, well played. Towards the end there, GogojOey was slipping up on his Baneling control. Like every now and then he would just lose 1-to-1 Ling. But at the end of the day, he bought enough time. He was able to transfuse with his Queens. He was able to just barely get enough to defend. And defend he did.
So he defended so hard as well. This goes to show you that GogojOey has been on the other side of this for long enough. He knows how to hold against his own builds. He's looking at Oreo and saying, "Don't cite that magic to me, witch. I was there when I invented it."
Exactly, and GogojOey does come out ahead, and he does move on to face Miyamika. But we also had a pretty interesting result there in the lower half of the bracket.